My beloved child, listen carefully. Something happened last night that no one in your family saw coming, and its impact is so powerful that it has the strength to change everything you thought was safe. A secret, hidden for years, was spilled into the open, and the one who revealed it was not an enemy, but a friend who could no longer keep the weight of silence inside. The night carried a strange energy, one that made the walls of your home seem to tremble. Conversations felt heavier, and eyes carried suspicion, as if everyone was hiding a piece of the puzzle. Then suddenly, one voice cut through the silence, and the revelation shattered the atmosphere like glass breaking in the dark. It wasn't just any secret, it was a truth carefully buried, hidden behind fake smiles and pretended harmony. This friend stepped forward, exposing what others were too afraid to say, and with those words, the entire foundation of the family began to shake. Nothing could remain the same after that moment, because truth has the power to burn away every mask. That truth came like a storm, striking hearts with lightning and leaving behind a fire of disbelief. Whispers turned into gasps, and gasps turned into silence that was louder than any scream. Everyone knew in that moment, life before this night and life after this night could never be the same. Type Amen to get blessing 333. The one you trusted the most sat still, unable to deny the words that had just been spoken. Their eyes betrayed them before their lips could form any defense. The friend who revealed it wasn't seeking revenge, they were carrying a burden too heavy to carry any longer. Tears welled in the room, not just of pain but of betrayal. Because betrayal doesn't come from enemies, my child, it comes from the ones you loved and believed in with all your heart. Every smile from the past suddenly looked like a lie, every word felt poisoned, and every memory seemed to sting like thorns. You tried to piece together the fragments of the story, but the truth didn't just scratch the surface, it ripped it apart. A hidden meeting, a stolen conversation, and a choice that was never meant for you to know about had all been buried until now. And last night, it finally crawled out from the shadows. Your heart pounded, not because you were weak, but because betrayal is heavier than any stone. The friend's words echoed in your ears again and again, louder than thunder, reminding you that this night had pulled the curtain back on everything. Nothing could ever return to normal. Type Amen to get blessing 444. My beloved child, you must understand, this revelation was not random. It was meant to come out now, at this exact time, because the truth is never late, it only arrives when destiny decides. And destiny has chosen you to stand in the fire of this reality. As the family sat frozen, every glance was loaded with suspicion. No one wanted to speak, yet everyone knew that silence could no longer protect them. The air was thick, not with words, but with the weight of everything unsaid for so long. The one who kept this secret believed it would stay buried forever. They thought loyalty and silence could shield them, but the universe has a way of making sure truth doesn't stay hidden. And last night, destiny used a friend to tear off the cover and expose what was rotting underneath. My child, the shock you feel right now is not the end, it is the beginning. This night was designed to test your strength, to show you the true faces behind familiar masks. What is revealed may hurt, but it will also set you free, because freedom cannot exist in the arms of lies. Type Amen to get blessing 555. The sound of that confession still lingers in the air, and though hours have passed, the weight hasn't lifted. That is because secrets, once revealed, do not vanish, they echo, they haunt, and they demand answers. The friend who revealed it is no longer the villain, they became the vessel of truth. Inside, hearts broke like fragile glass. Some cried, some denied, and some sat in silent rage, knowing the world they built on falsehood had just crumbled. You could see the tears, the shaking hands, and the silent prayers for this all to be a bad dream. But my beloved child, it is no dream, it is the harsh light of reality. A truth ignored for too long finally burned its way through, and no force could have stopped it. This night marked the ending of illusions and the beginning of a storm that will wash away the pretenders. You stood there in disbelief, not knowing whether to walk away or confront. But destiny whispered that you must endure this moment, because it holds the key to everything that comes next. What happened last night was painful, but it was also divine justice unfolding before your eyes. Type Amen to get blessing 777. My beloved child, as the night stretched deeper, silence turned into chaos. Words spilled like fire, and the room became a battlefield of truths and denials. Every face that once felt familiar now looked like a stranger wearing a mask too long. The family bonds that once held strong were suddenly torn apart like fragile threads. Some tried to protect the guilty, while others demanded answers that no one was ready to give. Tears blurred the lines between right and wrong, but the truth refused to be buried again. The friend who revealed the secret stood firm, their voice trembling but unstoppable. They had nothing left to lose, because carrying this burden had already broken them inside. They knew they would be hated, but they also knew someone needed to speak before the family destroyed itself. And in that moment, you realized that destiny often uses the most unexpected voices to bring clarity. Not everyone has the courage to break silence, but when truth decides to walk in, it does not knock, it storms in, demanding to be seen. Type Amen to get blessing 888. The one exposed by the truth tried to hold back tears, but their silence said everything. A face you once admired now looked empty, drained of every excuse they once thought they could use. The family stared, waiting for a defense, but nothing came. Each second felt like an eternity, and the weight of betrayal sat heavy on your chest. This wasn't just a simple lie, it was a betrayal deep enough to shatter trust forever. You could see the cracks forming, not just in the family, but in your own heart. My beloved child, you must understand, betrayal is a wound that doesn't heal easily. It cuts through love, through trust, through every bond, leaving scars that last long after the words have been spoken. And last night, that wound was opened wide. But hidden inside that wound is also a strange kind of freedom. Because when illusions fall apart, the truth gives you the strength to stand in clarity. Painful as it is, you are no longer blind, you now see what was always lurking in the shadows. Type Amen to get blessing 999. The hours after the revelation felt endless. No one wanted to sleep, because everyone feared what tomorrow would bring. The house was filled with whispers, tears, and the heavy sound of broken hearts. Every step you took felt heavier, as though you were walking on shattered glass. The friend's words replayed in your mind, again and again, cutting deeper each time. You wanted to shut it out, but the truth had carved itself into your soul. The guilty one finally spoke, but their words fell flat, empty like a hollow shell. No excuse could erase what was revealed, no apology could glue the pieces back together. The more they spoke, the more the pain grew, because words cannot undo betrayal. And then, a chilling realization hit you: this wasn't just about last night. This was about years of deception, carefully built lies, and masks worn so perfectly that no one suspected a thing. The secret was not just an accident, it was a plan hidden in plain sight. Type Amen to get blessing 1111. My beloved child, you may wonder why the truth had to arrive in this way, through a friend, through a storm. But the universe knew that the family could not continue in silence. The cracks were too deep, and if they weren't exposed, the entire foundation would collapse anyway. Last night, destiny forced open the doors, dragging every shadow into the light. You saw the pain on every face, but you also saw courage rising. Because once the truth is spoken, no matter how heavy, healing finally begins. The guilty may have shattered trust, but they also exposed who they really are. And you, my child, no longer have to live in illusions. You are now armed with clarity, and clarity is the sharpest weapon you can carry. The friend who spoke may walk away with anger pointed at them, but time will reveal their role as necessary. Sometimes the bearer of truth looks like a traitor at first, but later they are remembered as the one who saved everything from rotting in silence. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. The night ended, but the wounds remained open. You sat in the stillness of dawn, realizing nothing would ever be the same again. The secret had shattered the family, but it also set the stage for rebuilding, this time on truth, not lies. Your heart still aches, but deep down, you feel destiny's hand guiding you. Because sometimes the storm is not here to destroy, it is here to cleanse, to remove the false, and to reveal who truly belongs in your journey. My beloved child, do not fear the change this night has brought. You were chosen to hear this truth, because you are strong enough to bear it. Where others would have collapsed, you will rise, carrying wisdom that others only gain through fire. This is not the end of your story. It is the breaking of chains, the tearing away of illusions, and the start of something far greater. The secret shattered the family, yes, but it also unlocked your destiny. Type Amen to get blessing 1313. My beloved child, as dawn painted the sky with faint light, the house still carried the shadows of the night before. No one had slept, eyes were swollen, voices were broken, and hearts were heavy with the secret that had been laid bare. Even silence was no longer peaceful, it screamed of betrayal louder than words ever could. You looked around and saw every face frozen in its own storm. Some were pale with disbelief, some burned with anger, and some trembled in fear of what would happen next. What had been one family was now divided into fragments, each person standing on different sides of the truth. The guilty one avoided eye contact, their body shrinking under the weight of exposure. Their excuses had already failed, and their silence was even more condemning. The mask they had worn for years had finally cracked, revealing a face that no one truly recognized. And the friend, the one who revealed everything, stood like a flame in the dark. They had spoken their truth, and though they now bore the wrath of many, their spirit did not waver. For when truth burns inside someone too long, it must escape or consume them whole. Type Amen to get blessing 1414. The family had been holding on to illusions for far too long, pretending everything was fine, ignoring the whispers of suspicion. But last night ripped that false peace apart. The secret was not just a small mistake, it was a betrayal woven into the roots of love. Tears fell, but tears were not enough to cleanse the damage. Shattered trust lay scattered across the room like broken glass, and no one dared to pick up the pieces for fear of cutting themselves deeper. Everyone wondered in silence, how much more had been hidden. My beloved child, betrayal is not just about lies, it is about time stolen, faith crushed, and love wasted on illusions. And you, standing in the center of this storm, felt the full weight of it pressing down on your heart. The pain was unbearable, but it was also awakening something fierce inside you. For in pain comes clarity, and in clarity comes power. You began to see the truth not as destruction, but as liberation. Last night may have shattered the family, but it also freed you from a prison of lies. Type Amen to get blessing 1515. The guilty one finally broke into tears, but their cries felt hollow. The family had heard enough, the damage was done. No matter how many apologies came, they could never restore what had been taken away. The friend's revelation still echoed in every corner of the house. Some cursed them for speaking, others silently thanked them for their courage. But no one could deny, if not for them, this secret would still be festering in the shadows, poisoning everyone silently. My beloved child, sometimes truth is ugly, but it is necessary. It burns, it scars, it destroys illusions, but it also sets you free. And though your heart aches right now, destiny is reminding you that this pain is not punishment, it is protection. The night that shattered your family was not meant to end your story. It was meant to awaken you, to lift the veil, to show you who truly belongs at your side. For those who live in deception cannot walk with you into the future destiny has prepared. Type Amen to get blessing 1616. Hours turned into a new day, but the wounds remained raw. The house felt like a battlefield after war, silent, broken, yet filled with the ashes of truth. Nothing would ever return to what it was before. You sat quietly, your thoughts racing faster than your heartbeat. Every memory replayed, every smile re-examined, every word reweighed in the light of this secret. What once looked like love now appeared like performance, staged carefully to keep you blind. My beloved child, truth does not come to destroy you, it comes to save you. It shows you what eyes refuse to see, it removes what heart refuses to let go. And though this revelation hurts, it is also the doorway to your freedom. The family may never be whole again, but perhaps that is the point. Sometimes destiny must break the false to build the real. Last night did not happen by chance, it was written, it was destined, it was the turning point that your journey needed. Type Amen to get blessing 1717. My beloved child, even as pain lingers, do not let it consume you. Stand tall in the storm, because storms do not come to destroy trees with strong roots, they come to test them. And you, though shaken, are still standing. The guilty one may hide, but truth does not leave. It will follow them, it will burn them, it will demand accountability. And the friend who revealed it will one day be seen not as a destroyer, but as the one who saved you from living a lifetime in illusions. Your tears today will become your strength tomorrow. Your silence will become your wisdom. And your brokenness will become the soil in which destiny plants the seeds of a new beginning. Last night changed everything, yes. But sometimes, everything must change for your real story to begin. What shattered you was also what set you free. Type Amen to get blessing 1818. My beloved child, as the night turned into day, the family could no longer hide behind silence. Every word spoken the previous night lingered like an open wound, bleeding through every glance, every sigh, every broken heartbeat. The secret had torn away the veil, and no one could escape its light. You felt the ground beneath your feet shift, as if life itself had tilted into a new reality. What was once home now felt like a battlefield where love and betrayal clashed head-on. But in this battlefield, something awakened inside you: strength, clarity, and an unshakable fire. The guilty one could no longer run from the truth. Every attempt to defend themselves fell like shattered glass, unable to hold together. The family saw through them now, and their power crumbled before your eyes. And the friend, the one who revealed the secret, stood in quiet silence, their courage unrecognized by many but undeniable in its impact. Without them, this storm would have never come, and the chains of lies would have bound you forever. Type Amen to get blessing 1919. The revelation brought tears, but it also brought freedom. Freedom from illusions, freedom from manipulation, freedom from shadows that were never meant to control you. My beloved child, last night was not a curse. It was the doorway to truth. Destiny chose this moment to strike because the weight of deception had gone on too long. The universe could not allow you to remain blind any longer. The fire of revelation was painful, but it burned away what was false so that only truth could remain. Every word from that night echoed into today, reshaping how you saw your life. The lies no longer had power, they were stripped bare, weak and empty. And though the pain runs deep, clarity has given you power greater than anything before. Now you know who belongs by your side and who only pretended to stand with you. This knowledge, though heavy, will guide you into a destiny where betrayal cannot reach you again. Type Amen to get blessing 2020. The family sat in fragments, but you stood stronger than before. Betrayal may have cracked the surface, but it did not destroy your core. Instead, it carved into you wisdom that only the fire of truth could give. The guilty will live with their choices, haunted by the shadow of their own actions. They may try to rebuild their image, but the memory of that night will always follow them. Lies may be spoken easily, but once truth is revealed, it cannot be silenced again. The friend, though scorned now, will one day be remembered as the one who had the courage to stand up for you. My beloved child, sometimes angels appear in the form of friends, speaking truths we are not ready to hear. And though it hurts, they save us from the prison of deception. This secret shattered the family, yes, but it also showed you who is real, who is loyal, and who is only an actor in your story. From now on, you will no longer walk blind. You will walk with eyes wide open, carrying the strength of revelation. Type Amen to get blessing 2121. My beloved child, take this as the turning of your story. What was meant to break you has instead made you unshakable. The wounds of last night will heal into scars of power, reminding you forever that truth may hurt, but it always protects. You are not a victim of betrayal, you are the survivor of it. You are not broken by secrets, you are empowered by their exposure. What they meant for harm, destiny turned into your shield of strength. From this day forward, you will rise above every shadow that tried to hide from you. You will no longer be deceived, because you have seen the faces behind the masks. You will no longer be trapped, because truth has unlocked the door to your freedom. Last night changed everything, but it changed you for the better. It ended illusions, it ended deception, and it ended false love. Now begins your story of clarity, strength, and destiny fulfilled. Type Amen to get blessing 2222. And so, my beloved child, remember this: the secret may have shattered the family, but it did not shatter you. It freed you. It gave you the eyes to see, the heart to discern, and the strength to walk into your true destiny. This was never the end, it was the beginning. Last night was the breaking point written in the book of your life, designed not to destroy you, but to save you. And though it came through pain, it was guided by the hand of destiny itself. Now stand tall, wipe away your tears, and step forward. Your journey continues, brighter and freer than ever before. The chains of betrayal are gone, and the light of truth will guide your every step. My beloved child, even though the night has ended, the story it left behind still burns in the air. The family sits in silence, but the silence is not peace, it is heavy, sharp, and filled with the echoes of last night's truth. Nothing that was revealed can be erased, and nothing can make the family go back to the way it once was. You feel as though time itself has split into two halves. There is life before the secret was revealed, and there is life after it. And you know deep inside that the version of you who lived in the past is gone forever. The one who betrayed you tries to walk through the day as if nothing has changed. But their every step is haunted, their every breath stained with guilt. The faces around them no longer look at them the same way, because the mask has fallen and the truth is now exposed. The friend who spoke the secret does not regret their words. They may be blamed, hated, or pushed away, but they know their soul is free from the chains of silence. They have done what destiny demanded, they have set truth free. Type Amen to get blessing 2323. The house feels like a graveyard, not because of death, but because of trust that has been buried. Each corner carries memories that now feel poisoned. What once was laughter now feels like an echo of lies, and what once was love now feels like betrayal wrapped in affection. You walk slowly, your heart heavy but your mind sharper than ever before. Pain has carved into you, but pain is also shaping you into someone unshakable. No lie will ever blind you again, because once your eyes have seen the truth, they can never close. My beloved child, do not mistake this moment as destruction, it is transformation. Every storm that destiny sends has a hidden blessing, and this storm has revealed what was hidden for too long. It showed you who truly deserves to stay and who only came to take. The tears you shed are not wasted, they are watering the ground for your new beginning. And when that new beginning rises, it will be stronger, brighter, and purer than anything you've ever known. Type Amen to get blessing 2424. As you try to move forward, whispers of the truth follow everywhere. Neighbors talk, relatives wonder, and the outside world feels the tremors of what was revealed inside. The secret no longer belongs to the shadows, it has spilled into the open like fire that cannot be contained. The guilty one cannot escape it. No matter where they go, the memory of their choices will chase them. Lies may last for a season, but truth will hunt forever. And they will learn that the weight of betrayal always falls back on the betrayer. The friend who revealed everything has stepped into silence now, but their presence still lingers like a torch that lit up the night. Without them, you would still be trapped. Without them, the family would still be living in falsehood. Their courage saved you, even if others cannot see it yet. My beloved child, remember this. Pain is a teacher. And last night, pain taught you lessons no book or voice could ever teach. It taught you to see beyond smiles, to listen beyond words, and to trust the whispers of your spirit. Type Amen to get blessing 2525. The coming days may feel heavy, but do not fear them. Every sunrise after a storm carries healing light, and you are walking into that light now. Though your heart carries scars, those scars will become symbols of your survival, your strength, your resilience. The family may never look the same, but sometimes destiny removes what was false so that only the true may remain. What feels like loss today will one day be revealed as protection. For the universe never takes away without a greater purpose behind it. Your steps may be lonely at first, but you are never truly alone. The same force that revealed the truth is the same force guiding your path forward. You are being carried, lifted, and shaped for something greater than this moment of pain. My beloved child, what shattered you yesterday will become your story of power tomorrow. Last night was the breaking, but tomorrow will be the rising. And when you rise, the world will see a strength in you that no betrayal can ever destroy. Type Amen to get blessing 2626. The guilty may beg for forgiveness, but forgiveness does not erase truth. They may try to rebuild, but their actions have written themselves into memory. And though healing may come, trust will never again be the same. The friend who revealed the secret has done their part. Their words may have divided, but they also cleansed. They removed the poison, even if it left scars behind. Sometimes, my beloved child, truth feels like a blade, but it cuts away the disease that would otherwise kill. Now you stand at a crossroads. You can choose to dwell in the pain of betrayal, or you can rise into the clarity of truth. You can carry bitterness, or you can carry wisdom. The choice is yours, and destiny waits to see which path you will take. But know this, your story does not end with betrayal. It begins with it. For only after illusions are destroyed can the real journey begin. And yours is only just beginning. Type Amen to get blessing 2727. My beloved child, last night's secret was never meant to destroy you. It was meant to prepare you. It was meant to strip away what was false, so you could walk into what is real. And though the storm was fierce, you survived it. Now the light of destiny shines brighter on you. Every lie that fell has made room for truth. Every tear you shed has planted seeds of strength. Every scar you carry has turned into armor for the battles ahead. The family may have shattered, but you did not. You stood, you endured, and you walked through the fire without being consumed. That is the mark of someone chosen, someone destined for more than ordinary life. Remember this moment forever, for it will be the chapter that defines your strength. What was revealed last night will echo through time, not as your downfall, but as your awakening. And from this awakening, nothing will ever break you again. Dizzy, and if this divine message touched your soul deeply, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20, to support and honor this sacred work. My beloved child, even as days pass, the shadow of that night refuses to leave. The secret that shattered the family has become like a scar carved into the walls of your home. No matter where you go, you feel its echo following you like a ghost. Each time you sit in silence, the memory of that night returns. You hear the trembling voice of the friend who revealed everything, you see the guilty face exposed under the harsh light of truth, and you feel the weight of every broken trust pressing down on your chest. The family tries to carry on, but every word spoken feels forced, every smile looks false, and every gathering feels empty. What was once unbreakable has now been reduced to fragments, and those fragments cut deeper every time someone tries to hold them together. And yet, my beloved child, within this brokenness lies a strange kind of strength. For when illusions are gone, what remains is real. When false bonds are destroyed, only true connections survive. What shattered the family has revealed who truly stands with you. Type Amen to get blessing 2828. The guilty one may walk around as if nothing happened, but their eyes betray them. They cannot escape the weight of their own choices. Every time they open their mouth, the memory of last night silences them. Their shame is a shadow that will never leave. The friend who revealed everything carries their own burden. They have freed themselves from silence, but in doing so, they became the lightning that split the family apart. Many curse them, but in time, history will see their act as the hand of destiny itself. You, my child, are the one caught in the middle of this storm. Yet even in the fire, you stand stronger than you know. The universe is shaping you, molding you through pain, carving away weakness so that only unshakable strength will remain. Last night was not random. It was written, timed, and delivered at the very hour it was meant to. What you see as chaos is actually the perfect order of destiny unfolding before your eyes. Type Amen to get blessing 2929. Days turn into weeks, but healing is slow. You find yourself looking at old photographs, remembering moments that now feel like lies. Laughter in the pictures feels hollow, hugs look staged, and words of love seem poisoned with secrets. The family whispers behind closed doors, trying to stitch the broken fabric back together. But stitches cannot heal wounds that were cut this deep. No matter how hard they try, trust cannot be forced. It must be earned, and earning it again may take a lifetime. My beloved child, you were not meant to carry this weight alone. Destiny placed this fire in your path not to destroy you, but to awaken you. Others may fall into bitterness, but you are chosen to rise into clarity. The night that shattered your family will one day be the night you remember as the beginning of your transformation. For every ending is secretly a beginning in disguise. And though it feels unbearable now, one day you will look back and see that it was necessary. Type Amen to get blessing 3030.